Hey Krystle, my name's Nicole. Thank you so much for being patient with me. So it sounds like you have some questions about a past relationship with SD, and that this person you felt couldn't be honest with you. You also said you're feeling like a heart chakra pull, which is really interesting because usually like in between the heart and the solar plexus is where that love pull usually comes from. So it means that there was a love without ego, if you're feeling that pull. So it's really cool. So you're somebody that really is love. You love selflessly. So I just wanted to point that out. I think it's really beautiful. It just sounds like you want some closure. So there were some questions like you felt like this person had something against you. They were never honest with you. Maybe it's just time, there was a strong connection, obviously. And it sounds like it's over because you guys aren't on talking terms. So let's see what this is all about. So basically the way that I read is I shuffle, I let cards kind of pop out. Yeah, that's pretty. And I will read as we go. And depending on what kind of pops up, I'm going to let my intuition guide me to what oracle cards to pull to tell more of a story, and to get your answers from the cards. So the devil, I just want to let you know, it's not a bad card, but it can mean that you are kind of trapped in a prison of your own making. And then with this, the Eight of Swords, you can obviously tell there's a trapped feeling emotionally, like not emotionally, I'm sorry, with your intellect. So in your thought patterns, there is a stuck feeling. So if you can see here, the devil has a man and a woman, and they've got the chain around their neck, but they really could just pull that chain out from over their neck and walk away. So it's kind of a self-imprisoned kind of card. So it could also mean that you're giving your power away. And it looks like you're somebody that has a lot of power. The way that you were talking about your heart chakra and how you're pulling from there instead of the solar plexus usually means that you're somebody that loves without ego. So you're somebody that has a selfless kind of love, an unconditional kind of love. And so when somebody does you wrong or treats you in a manner, it can hurt and kind of stick with you, and you can kind of get stuck in it, if that makes any sense. So it looks like right now that's kind of where you're at. You're somebody that has a lot of power. You're somebody that has divine guidance. There's a beautiful emotional balance to you with the high priestess. She's the ultimate, she's kind of like an oracle. She's somebody that is well balanced. She knows who she is. She's walks a spiritual path. With the black and the white, there's a beautiful divine feminine, divine masculine, almost in a judgment kind of way where, there's scales balancing. She's very balanced out with her emotions, her spirituality. She's an incredibly strong woman. She has the crown that has the 3 phases of the moon. So yeah, there's a beautiful balance to who you are as a person. And somebody that's very spiritual, you think a lot about other people. You think a lot about your actions and how they affect people. And so when somebody comes into your life, like SD, right, is what we're calling them, and they hurt you, there can be you know, a negative thought pattern, a negative thought loop. And right now it seems like you're stuck on that person from the cards. But it does look like there is going to be like a swift energy coming, coming to basically kind of untether those shackles, right? They're those self-imposed shackles. So you see the Knight of Swords is usually, it's a card of action, and you can usually tell by the way that the horse is, like how quickly that action is going to happen, and it looks like this is going to be ending quite soon. So yeah, you are stuck like overthinking this person. And I know that some people can do that to us, especially when it's a karmic kind of lesson that we have to learn as we come down here and we decide to take, kind of, you look at life like it's a high school, right? We choose our courses as we go, like what do we want to learn? And before you came into this life, you chose this relationship in order to learn this lesson. And you know, they're not all fun. But these lessons are the backbone of what makes you a stronger person. So with your spirituality, with the way that you walk through the world, with this beautiful balance, this beautiful connection to everything around you, realizing that your footprint, you know, affects other people. You will be getting out of this quite soon. Unfortunately, it's one of those life lessons that you have to learn. So this is just the Eight of Swords is basically just kind of where you're at right now, not emotionally, in your thought process, right? Where it's you feel consumed, you feel bound. The really cool thing about eights is, especially when you see a castle in the background, it means that you're not too far from the finish line, that this is a very temporary state. Now the Devil, being a major arcana, can actually mean that this is a life lesson that you have to learn, that you can get caught in a self-imposed prison, that possibly you give away your power to other people by being nice, or by being influenced, by being tricked, by not really looking inward and asking yourself, what do I want? Which is very funny. It's very opposite of the High Priestess. And the High Priestess she's very knowing. She's very divine. She's not easily tricked. So somebody that has this type of way of walking through the world should learn this lesson quite quickly. So it's interesting. I don't know if you've ever had the Devil card pulled, but take stock of yourself and of your life, and see, is there a way that I am being too passive? I'm allowing someone to get one over on me. Am I becoming imprisoned by my thought processes? Because basically that's what's happening here. But again, like I said, this is about to be swiftly ended. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, which is always like really good news about something material coming into your life. So it could be somebody, offering you a new job. It could be you taking a new career path. It could be a sum of money coming your way. It even could be, self-esteem. Like realizing that this was all BS, that the way that you were treated was unkind. No one deserves to be lied to, or, had, what was the way you put it? They held something against you, or had something against you. And so something new and bright and shiny is coming into your life, and hopefully it'll close the door on whatever this self-imposed prison is. And it will happen swiftly. The swords are incredibly fast, right? Like days. So that's some good news. So let me see Where to go next? Thank you for, thanks for dealing with me while I'm still kind of rusty. I just haven't done this in a while. But yeah, do you often feel like do you feel resentful sometimes, for being taken advantage of, for your kindness being taken advantage of? I mean, that very well could be what's going on here. And I'm curious about this Page of Pentacles. Are you starting something new? So Pentacles obviously are something that, like, something in the physical is about to pop into your life, like news of something really cool and new. I'm always curious about people and their previous major arcana. I get the High Priestess a lot. Somebody that's, very intuitive. Also, something that popped up with this SD is, I don't know why, because I don't know this person, but it seemed like narcissist kind of came up. Like, this person can be, like a knight in shining armor, show up, 1 minute love bomb the hell out of you, and then the next minute, like, kind of hates you. That's what kind of popped up for me. And when I read what you said. So, like, sometimes I get intuitive hits about when somebody says something and describes a situation. Things that I don't normally think of kind of pop up. And for some reason, narcissists popped up. And they're not easy to deal with. It can be a mind F for sure. So your confusion on why this person was the way they were, I don't know why narcissist really showed up. And that's somebody that, like, only loves or likes somebody when it serves their purpose. And empaths, somebody that cares a lot about other people. Somehow we are incredibly attracted to that because they're so wounded. It's subconscious. We don't know that we're doing it, but no one really knows why the narcissist does what they do. But it's horrible. And the best thing that you can possibly do is not talk to them. There's no good can come out of a narcissistic relationship. I don't know if you have any knowledge on it, but they're very difficult. And it becomes a self-imposed prison. It becomes this cyclical, like, toxic sludge that, 1 minute there's just tons of love, and then the next minute they can't even look at your face because they can't stand you, and it's nothing that you've done. And it's really hard to wrap your head around when somebody treats you like that. But they have this thing called supply where they just pick another person to do the same thing to. It's really heartbreaking. But it's something that seems to be going around horribly right now. So you are very close to achieving your goal. I feel like this is something having to do with getting out of this cyclical torture, right? Like, this person obviously they are on your brain, right? They are renting space in your head, and it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And for you to want that to be done is totally normal. And it's gonna happen. It's very close. Like, there is gonna be some closure on it. I would love to send you some Reiki to help maybe cut some cords, as an apology for taking so long for this reading. And that possibly could help. So it's time to take action. So if you can manifest, a life without this person, manifest a day that you don't wake up and think about this person, right? Where there's no what are they doing right now? Am I going to run into them? That kind of thought process. The new moon, which just happened a couple days ago, is all about taking steps towards a new life, towards your goals, and you're very close to achieving your goals. So if you can write a list of things that you take a page out of a notebook or a journal, or just journal about what you want your life to look like without this person, and maybe even manifest somebody who treats you the opposite of that, right? There obviously were some great things about SD that you were attracted to, that you wanted in your life, but there's a reason that you guys aren't speaking right now. So take the things that you did like, and then write those down, and then maybe write some attributes down, that you would want in a partner. And I'm not saying that, you want somebody right now. I'm just saying, like, it's nice to get very clear about what you do want. And thank goodness for people like that, like SD, to teach you what you don't want. I mean, hopefully there was a great lesson in this relationship, because it would be sad if you went through all of this stuff. Here, see, look, luck is on your side, and you got another new moon. So you are being asked to manifest for sure. Let's see. I'm gonna look at these little cards. These are goofy, but for some reason they seem to always pull out. They're like little well, isn't this apt? Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. It's a beautiful picture. So for some reason these cards always, I'll pull something, and all of a sudden I'm like, I have no idea what this means, and I'll get an email back like, oh, this is what this means, from the person I'm reading to. So if I'm clueless about what's happening, you might actually know. So deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Yeah. So I mean, even the devil and the geisha look very, very similar. Yeah, this person was dishonest with you. This person was not respectful of you knowing the truth. And that hurts. Betrayal is just one of those things that, like, is super hard to get over. And I think that our minds want to figure out a reason why. So it'll go on repeat, right? Like, but I did this right, and I did this right, and I did this right. It doesn't matter. They don't even know why they did what they did. I'm sorry to keep harping on this, but it keeps coming up. The narcissist is incredibly deceptive, even to themselves. They don't know that they're being deceptive. That's how sick a person like that is. So, it's a beautiful card too. And we don't want to be around people that are going to deceive us. And trust me, that stuff sticks around. I met my husband, and I told him, I'm like, look, I'm going to need you to sometimes be overly honest, right? I'd rather know the truth and have it hurt than be lied to and find out later. So, I mean, we're incredibly honest with each other. And I'll tell him, like, I feel like I'm being lied to right now, or I feel like something's off. Okay, so you got a soulmate. So this might be somebody that came into your life to teach you a karmic lesson, right? Like, so a couple of years ago, I had a relationship with somebody that I thought was the one, right? I thought this person was my person. And he ended up lying to me. But there was this weird, like, pull, like a magnet. It was really bizarre. And it took me a long time to get over this, because he had lied so much to me that I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. And it was really exhausting. And I think that person and I had some kind of karmic relationship where we came down together, and found each other. I'm not sure if you believe in that, but it's a big part of my belief system, is that we travel together to teach each other lessons, right? Like the people in our life right now have been with us for a long time, just in different roles. So it's very possible that she, I'm not sure what gender, they, SD, was a karmic relationship, and that this, again, was something that you were learning. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I'm not sure what that means, but I'm wondering if you guys work together, if that was something that was part of your relationship. Let me see. What do I want? Let's look at these. So yeah, I don't even think that SD knows why they were deceptive, right? I think these were the roles that you guys came to play. I think that you're incredibly empathic. I think that that you right now are just going through a very, very normal stage of grieving the loss of something that you thought was true and realize now it was a betrayal, right? There's so much hurt in that. And if you keep steady on your path, it's swiftly going to end, I do want you to be careful, though, to not reopen that wound, right? So I want you to think of this relationship as a cut, and that if you decide to answer a phone call or you decide to get back together, you are basically slicing open that wound again and letting it fester. Because I'm a big believer that people show you who they are, and you should believe them. Thank you, Maya Angelou. And there is something new coming your way, something worthwhile. So indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So is there a place in your life right now that you're feeling indecisive, that you, that is frustrating to you? Is there a place that maybe you didn't use your intuition that you should have? So I know for me, when I start to feel that gut pull, it's very high priestess, to trust your intuition, to tap into that and to trust it, no matter what people tell you. Oh no, you must be, making something up. When your gut tells you something's going on, even though you might not know what it is, just trust. Your intuition never lies to you. And it could be the smallest of things too. It could be, something just doesn't feel right, and the other person can be well, I'm a little uncomfortable, right? Or whatever. Everything may seem okay, but please trust your gut. It will save you a lot of heartache going forward. So is there somewhere in your life that you're feeling indecision? And just to tap into your intuition and use that. Courage. I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. So I know that after a betrayal, sometimes that's really difficult. But this is something that can help you move through fear. I I love this so much. So fear, people are always worried, well, I shouldn't feel fear. And I'm like, well, fear is natural. You cannot have bravery without fear. That is, courage to walk through that fear. When you're scared of something and you can walk through it, like, that's a beautiful thing. So you cannot have bravery without having fear. So it's a beautiful thing to find that inner strength. So I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. So yeah, something tells me that you are incredibly hurt, that maybe even you stopped kind of being who you really are through all of this. Is there a way you can find that little spark inside of you and do what you love, and start walking with that purpose of a high priestess again? Stop letting this person rent space in your mind. Yeah, I really see that you're close. Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So again, this is news of abundance, right? There's something abundant coming your way. There's just this self-imposed prison right now that is causing you to be in indecision, right? You're kind of frozen by that. And if you can take the courage, and act, find that inner knight in shining armor inside of yourself in order to move forward and cut down all the stuff that binds you, that's causing you to freeze. You're being asked right now to take action. It's time to take action. Luck is on your side. You're very close to achieving your goal. Sorry, you can't see those. So yeah, go forward, move. You're no longer controlled by deception. The devil is absolutely deception. The fact that the thought that you're trapped when you're not. Giving over your power to somebody that has been deceptive is it's gut-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching. And it'll lead you on that path of just the constant overthinking. I do believe this is a karmic relationship. I do believe that you guys came down here together to learn something, even if this person was in your life for a long time or a short time. Soulmate always has a connotation of, coming together, but our souls choose people to help us to level up, right? And sometimes that leveling up, that goal is not pretty. It's not fun. I don't know if you've heard of twin flames. I'm not a big fan of the concept, but people see that as a very tumultuous relationship that challenges you, and that this person will be laced through the rest of your life. But yeah, I don't want you to get caught up in the why was this person unkind. Why did this person, he had something against, it seemed like he had something against me, or they had something against me. What was that? This person is just, how do I put this? Sick is the word that is coming to my head. When somebody can betray and lie and treat you poorly, and just brush it off like there's no big deal. There's a lack of empathy, and that is not what you're about. Tapping into your intuition, tapping into self-love, taking yourself out onto dates, going no contact with this person, finding a beautiful balance, looking within, healing from this. Those are the things that you embody as the High Priestess. You know who you are. Tap into that divine feminine, go skinny dipping at night. Just sit and be. Go get a massage, if you can. Like, I know that COVID's still a thing. But really just luxuriate in you and the wonderfulness of you. Because you're going to treat yourself better than this person ever did, right? And hopefully you'll fall in love with yourself even more. And the next person that comes, if you're interested in that, will see that and fall madly in love with that. So I'm sorry this was late. I'm sorry it went long. Holy cow. I apologize. But yeah, it's going to be okay. I hope that you're moving on and moving forward. And please let me know if I can send you some Reiki. All right, have a good day.